So today I want to look at the Wagner Control Painter. I've got a new deck on the back of my house and I would like to use this to be able to stain it. I've got the deck prepped up. What I wanted to do is just give a quick overview of this. This is not going to be super in-depth. This is just going to be a quick box opening, see what's in the box, and then a little demo of it working on the deck. You have a test area here that you can kind of spread out and use if you want. And then you have all of your owner's manual because everybody reads that. And then you have the actual, what we're going to call the air pump, because it just kind of blows the contents of the reservoir here through the air pump, and then it comes out of the nozzle up here. Very simple to put together. This piece here, kind of you put it in at an angle, turn it, and it locks in. So what I've done next to make sure that it is working properly is I just plugged it up. It's got a little short extension cord off the back of it, goes right to the wall there. This is your on-off switch. This is the dial that you turn to decide how much air is allowed to flow down into the reservoir, which determines how much product from the reservoir comes back out. Again, this is just an air pump. So as soon as you turn it on, make sure your trigger's pushed forward so that you don't have any random overspray. Trigger is plugged up, you turn it on. You see there that the motor does start pumping air through here, and air does come out right here as soon as you turn it on. And how you engage that air is by pulling back on this. You see it's not moving much right now. It's because we turn this, and now it doesn't move at all. Turn it all the way the other direction, and you'll see right here, you'll see some movement of that reservoir opening up for air to come through this mechanism into the reservoir, material come out, and get caught in that airstream. So we're going to turn ours back down and we're going to test it. So let's turn it all the way down now. So that doesn't move at all. This mechanism does not move at all. Trigger's got a little play in it by itself. There's a little nut back here. It probably needs to be tightened, but 4 or 5 clicks there. Still barely moves. We don't want a ton coming out because I've never used this before. All right, so here we are on the back deck. The stain we're using is a semi-transparent, it's called Grand Mesa from Valspar. With this painter, I'm worried that this oil-based paint might try to clog the gun up, and I really do not need that happening. So what I'm going to do, I've got about 2/3 cup of water here. I'm going to add that to this and kind of thin out my stain that I've got moved to a smaller container because I bought a 5-gallon bucket worth. This is a 16 by 32 inch deck, 32 foot deck, plus the catwalk on the other end, which you may or may not can see over there. Yeah, so that's what I'm mixing up. We're going to see how this goes. Two-thirds cup of water. And then I guess we're going to go to this top line. It says right there, it is 45 fluid ounces at that point. So that's what we're going to go with. 2/3 cup of water to 45 ounces. We're going to see how this works. I have a little test board over here. We will use it first and kind of see how it comes out. Make sure it's not too thick at that point. And it looks like we're not going to make it to 45. It looks like we're going to be about 40 ounces. I got a lot of residual paint in my huge measuring, whatever it gets called, measuring bowl. We're going to go with that. So we've got it set up here. We've got a practice board, which is just a piece of scrap wood from the original building of the deck. I want to put it on there first and just see kind of how it looks. Now this board here is not treated. I don't think that's going to affect the initial spray on. I obviously know that it's not going to let the stain seep in as well as we'd like for it to, but I'm not worried about that here. I'm just worried about watching the application, seeing how thick it goes on. Sorry about the dogs barking. Here we go. Trigger forward. Make sure that trigger's pushed all the way forward. Turning it on. Nothing coming out at the moment. Trigger pull. 3, 2, 1. Okay, not too bad. A little thin. Kind of go a little bigger, a little larger spray area. We're up on 5 now. Pretty thick. We'll go back to 4. And I think that's where we're going to leave it. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching.